before I felt inadequate, controlled, and that's where I wasn't able to be the dad that I wanted to be, and I would act out. I would get mad. So, but this process has taught me that the way that I wanted to be isn't necessarily the best for my children, you know. So, you know, and I don't approach things now, or I try not to, from a place of anger, that they're just being disrespectful, or they're, you know, there's an underlying need, and I learned that, you know, that's one of the first things I learned. So I try to be understanding and calm and approach it from a place that, you know, I want to get to the underlying cause of what's, you know, what's manifesting into this behavior in them. So before I was not like that. I thought that they were just being turds, you know. So, and that's just, you know, this comes from the way I was raised. You know, it was a very discipline oriented. This is how I was raised, you know. So I thought that me and my siblings ended up pretty good. So I thought that was a way to do it, and it turns out that it's not, you know. And it's been a steep learning curve for me, but yeah, that's where I'm at. And so I agree that it's helped our marriage a lot, because I'm able to understand Karina's point of view a lot more. I don't always agree with it, but I'm not going to. Usually it would be a power struggle. You know, this way is better, this way is better. No, this way's. And it's really not like that anymore. My growth is that I don't approach things with anger anymore. I don't look at it as they're being disrespectful. I think there's some underlying need that I'm not meeting, and I need to address that first, and then maybe move on from there. But I don't really get mad at them anymore. So, or, you know, sometimes at night I will raise my voice a little bit, but that's usually just to get their attention. It's not in any disciplinary manner. So, and then, yeah, I mean, it's helped our marriage exponentially. So it's, you know, finding common ground. Like, it's not always perfect. There's still times, but I feel more comfortable voicing my opinion on things rather than feeling like I'm being railroaded. I'll be able to say, this is what, you know, I think we should do this. It's not going to be easy. We disagree on this, but I think she's more open to trying things that I want to do. Good. Instead of always doing what she wants to do, which is what
you're finding middle ground. That's what I hear.
Yeah, compromising. Yeah, so awesome. We didn't used to do that, and that's why I felt
that you were drifting apart.
Yeah, that's what just made me feel, okay, well, I'm his dad, but I don't have a voice in anything, you know. But now I feel like I do, so it's helped. So
that's great.
Yeah.
So let's open the two windows. What do you see on each window?
What were the two windows again?
So window number one, you did not enroll in HIC parenting. You did not go through this coach. You are how you were before. What do you see in 2 years in that window? And window number two is the opposite.
Oh, I'd have definitely detached and disconnected emotionally and physically. You know, I would find a way to make it work, you know, in that window, obviously co-parenting, but we wouldn't be together. So so yeah, I know that for a fact, because I was already, you know, I might have been even more detached than she was at that point. And in the other window, 2 years from now with this program, it's, you know, she said, being the husband and dad that she knew I could be, and then just, surpassing that.
Yes. So Daniel, what were the hesitations? I want to know your hesitations as the one who did not follow us, and what helped you overcome those? That would be interesting to know.
I mean, we've been to couples counseling before, and it didn't help, and so I was not optimistic that it would help anything. And yeah, I mean, that was my hesitation. I didn't think it was going to do anything. So I didn't think it was going to help.
So what helped you at the time when you said yes to enrolling? You didn't know if it was going to work. What helped you take the leap?
Well, it's, to be a better dad and better husband, and, I'm open. Mm-hmm. I'm going to keep an open mind there. Mm-hmm. But I was really pessimistic about it. So, I was being very glass half empty kind of guy on it. But if there was a way that, we could salvage anything that we still had left, I was going to try it, for sure. Mm. I'm not going to just give up, so.
Mm-hmm. Last question, because you said that this counseling did not work. What's the difference? I mean, how come this worked and that one didn't work? But
it addressed problems between me and her. Mm-hmm. It didn't address anything parenting wise, really. Mm-hmm. It kind of, and it didn't really do anything because it wasn't the issue. It might have been at the beginning of our relationship, but it wasn't later on. It was all parenting related. Mm-hmm. Like it's, we need to do this. No, we need to do this. So okay. we weren't addressing the real problem.
So it's kind of like you were going to your general doctor to take care of a toothache when you needed to go to the dentist.
Exactly, you're going to a dentist to take care of a tummy ache. So it was perfect analogy. So I think that's what it was. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we have our own issues, but I think this process helped that a lot. Those issues they haven't disappeared. I don't think they're ever going to. We're always going to have our differences, but it made it easier to navigate mm-hmm. those differences.